It's too hot for a tie. I'm very...
Get this party started on a Saturday night. Everybody's waiting for me to arrive. I got lots of style, check my gold diamond rings. I can go for miles if you know what I mean. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Sending out a message to all of my friends. We'll be looking flashy in my Mercedes Benz. I got lots of style, check my gold diamond rings. I can go for miles if you know what I mean. Get this party started on a Saturday night. Everybody's waiting for me to arrive. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Pumping up the volume, breaking down to the beat. Cruising through the west side, we'll be checking the scene. Boulevard is freaking as I'm coming up fast. I'll be burning rubber, you'll be kissing. Pull up to the bumper, get out of the car. License plates, they stand the number one superstar. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. 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 Making my connection as I enter the room. Everybody's chilling as I set up the groove. Humping up the volume with this brand new beat. Everybody's dancing and they're dancing for me. I'm your operator, you can call anytime. I'll be your connection to the party line. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Coming up, so you better get this party started. 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 This party started. Right now.
Hello. So relaxed. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Hang on, where'd you all go? Does anyone recognize the music, that last track? For me, it is... shall I give you a clue? It's like what everyone has now turned to in lockdown. Play it again. I'll play something else from the same album. Okay, that's enough of that. It is the Great British Bake Off. And that music that we're listening to is a sort of final. You've got 1 minute. Anyway, glad that you all got the reference. What's saying? Dance then. I'm going to save my dancing for the virtual summer concert. That's one reason to tune in. I've shut the door. Sorry, Sarah. I'm going to be going. But you've got Ellie, so and yes, no tie today. I'm feeling I left the house first thing this morning to go for my daily exercise, which was a run. And then I made sure I was back in the house before the sun came up and I died of like heat stroke, with my complexion. Update, yes, my hair is long and my original plan was just to keep growing it. But with the heat today, I might do something drastic, but I just can't really face it. I hope we're all doing well. I know 5K this morning, Trisby. 5K. All I'm saying. Yes, I've had questions about the virtual choir video thing, which I am going to get onto later on, because I think we all want to do some singing, and so do I. Great, lovely. If you could make sure that you've got space, we should probably do like a risk assessment or something, or you've probably all just done that yourself, to make sure that you're cleared of any obstacles and you're ready to do some singing. Standing nice and tall, let's just have a deep breath in and out. And another one in and out. And let's sing. Sing. Let's all yawn. Lovely. We're just going to do ya, 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 ya. Go. Ya, 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 ya. 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 Lovely. Let's have another sing. Go. Sing. Let's have let's have Nino, 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 Ni. Nino, 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 Ni. Go. Nino, 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 Ni. Nino, 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 Ni. Oh no, hang on, I'm going the other way. There. Nino, 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 Ni. Nino, 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 Ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Ni no ni no ni no ni no ni. Marvelous. Let's have 1, 1, 2, 1. We're going to clap on 4. Good luck. 3 and 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chicken tikka, 2, 3. Oh, chicken tikka with mushroom rice, and hopefully I'll remember this time. And chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. No, mushroom rice. We'll do it again, but we'll go up. No, we'll do that. Chicken tikka, 3, go. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. And mushroom rice. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Mushroom rice. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka, mango chutney, and a pint of lager. Banana mushroom rice. I can't really face a curry in a day like this. Good. Let's have just a few. Oh, nice and open. Neighbors. Lovely. Let's have another sing. Go. Sing. Great. Let's have a look at some music. So obviously we'll be having a look at My Heart Is Like a Singing Bird, but we'll do that in a moment because I can't really face it right now. Can we have a look at Aquarius? Let the sun shine in because it's such a sunny day. Now, where to even begin with this? Yeah, we're just going to do what we usually do. I'm going to play it. Quite a scorcher. It is a scorcher today. We're going to just play it and go from beginning to the end and just see what happens. I think I've got the incoming full performance. Oh, that's a full performance. I don't want that. I want that. Or no, maybe if I go, life is so hard today. It's the heat. Right, we're going to go for full orchestral backing with choir, which may help make it easier for you to sing along to. It may not. I'm going to try and conduct like so. I'm just going to, that's going to really annoy me. Right, no. I feel really guilty closing all of my curtains, but there we go. Right, so I'm going to conduct, and if you sing along, and we'll sort of gather at the end for a debrief. Where are we? So we've got the full introduction, which goes on quite a long time. If you listen out for, which happens from the 5th bar, and happens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 a bit before you come in, but I'll try and bring you in at the right point. Here we go. And
Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No one wants to talk to visions, golden living, dreams of vision. Mystic crystal revelation, and the minds to revelation.
One, two, three, go.
Let the sun shine.
Let the sun shine in.
The sun shining. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shining. The sun shining. Let the sun shine. Let it shine. The sun shining. The sun shining. Now let me the sun shining. The sun shining. The sun
All off together there wonderfully at the end. Excellent, good. Well, I thought that was excellent on my part. I thought my solo went really well. The wailing improvised, top of page 10. Do we have any comments, concerns, worries from the group? Any bits that we'd love to do again? I feel as if pages going into page 4 might have been interesting. And the text on page 5 and 6 may have also been interesting. Really good to boogie to. Gosh, silence. Well, should we go back? I just want to make sure that sopranos and sopranos, entry at bar 43. Great minds. So sopranos, I've got an arrow. You look at my music here. I've got an arrow pointing up from your note there that you finished at the top of that page, because the next note down here is higher. So you've got Aquarius, harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. Okay, can we just sing harmony and understanding? Just sing that A's and B's. 3 and go. Harmony and understanding. And again, 3, go. Harmony and I'll do it again. 3 and go. Harmony and understanding. And again, 3, go. Harmony and understanding. Great. So I'm going to go back now. Sopranos, bottom of page 4, last note. Aquarius. And remember to go up, 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 up. Here we go. Sopranos. Aquarius. 3 and go. Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. You just need to remember that you're singing something that isn't necessarily the tune. Getting note for bar 43. Yeah, so hopefully it's just one note up from the last note that you've sung. Aquarius, harmony and Aquarius, harmony and Aquarius, harmony and harmonia none. Aquarius, harmonia none. One more time. Aquarius, harmonia none. Okay. Tongue. Oh, and then yeah. Oh, sorry, bees. It's really annoying for you, isn't it? Bees, you're in the middle. Is that right? Yes. So you've just done Aquarius, Aquarius. That's really hard. It's higher. The note is higher than it was than you've sung on page 4. So page 4, you've got Age of Aquarius, Age of Aquarius, Aquarius. Remember that note, Aquarius. And then you're going. Actually, I wouldn't actually object to bees. It's all right, I'm leaving soon. I wouldn't object to the bees actually singing with the C's and D's that bit. So you've just done Aquarius, and then just go up to harmony and understanding, and just let the sopranos do that, because that is the harmony bit. So maybe bees, if you sing that harmony and understanding, that'll be much easier to get, I think. Aquarius, Aquarius, harmony and understanding. Does that make sense? Yes, they all responded in unison. So maybe let's try that. Shall we go B's and C's? Can we go from... let's do the page on B's and C's. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Let's try that. 1, 2, and go. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. 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 Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. And then B's, you go on with the A's. I think let's do that. I think that'll be much easier. Great. So we did that little link. Just remember, B's and C's is more complicated for you because on bottom page 3, you're actually singing that bottom part. This is quite good, actually. I can just tell you what I've done. I've been meaning to do this for about 10 years. So B's and C's, you're there. Hang on, can you see that? Yeah, da, da, da. Page turn. Bum, bum. And then you jump up on age. Age of Aquarius. Okay. I'm just going to do that again. Where is it? This is the dawning of the age. Hopefully it should feel a lot more natural. Let's try it. 1, 2, and go. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. A's and B's and going on. Now, D's, I think you're okay at that page turn on page 3 to 4. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Aquarius. Lovely. Sopranos, I think you're okay. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Just remember to think up on the. This is the dawning of the. This is the dawning of the age, just so that age doesn't fall flat. It's a point of age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, Aquarius. Good. We're going to run it from the beginning, and then we're going to move on. Great. We'll probably not do the end. Right, here we go.
Is in the seventh house, and Jupiter aligns their hearts. The peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. Love of us adorns and visions, golden living dreams of vision. Mystic crystal revelation, and the mind's true revelation. Aquarius.
Oh, great. Let's move on. Can we have a look at My Heart is Like a Singing Bird? I just wanted to check something, actually. Ding 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 dong. My heart is like a singing bird. Okay, we're going to run through this. Please do jump in and let me know if there are any bits that you want to go over. Bits that I want to just focus on for the time being. Well, not really focus on. Just little parts that would be really nice to hear through the medium of this, which means I can't hear you. Altos, just enjoy bottom first page. My heart is like an apple tree. This bit. Whose boughs are bent with excess fruit. I know I just said this bit and then I played the whole thing, but you know what I mean? Just enjoy that sort of phrasing. The whole thing has got to feel, try not to make it feel as if it's just, here are some notes and notes and notes, bum, 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 but it's sort of got to feel as if you're breathing, and like phrasing and all that. So a lot of these are like rolling hills. Ya da 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 da. Yum ba bum bum ba, and you can see it in the last sort of 3 bars of that first page. So just enjoy that. Also, that bows that are bent. Whose bows are bent. That's such an angular line. It's really badly written. Whose bows are bent with thick-set fruit. That thick-set fruit, that is the reason it's so crunchy, is because it's thick-set fruit. But if you just really sing that out, it's so much easier now that you're not singing it together. Gosh, I don't know why we didn't do this before. That's going to be okay. Top of page 3, like a rainbow shell that paddles in a Halcyon sea. Remember, we're not breathing after shell. I heard you all breathe last week. It was terrible. Don't do it again. Raise me days of silken dawn. Hang it with there. Yeah, just be really careful on doves and pomegranates. Just life lesson there. B's and C's, especially. Covered in doves and pomegranates and peacocks. And grow through and peacocks. Aim for peacocks. But just note that you've got time after pomegranates. This is B's and C's. Covered in doves and pomegranates. 1, 2, 3, 1. And peacocks. Work it in gold. Work it, girls. Work it in gold. Same sort of idea. In leaves and silver fleur-de-lis. I'm not going over that again. I just cannot face the discussion. Yeah. Because the birthday of my life is come. You know what you're doing. Right, let's go for it. Oh, actually, top of page 6, just make sure that you remember by 96, my heart is like a singing bird. Just sing it now. My heart is like a singing bird. Whose nest is in a worship. That is for then, it's not from the beginning. We're going to go from the beginning now. Good luck. And I hope you enjoy it. Okay? Where are we? My heart is like a... Oh, that's full performance. Oh, Alex, you're an idiot. My heart is... It's beginning. It's begun. Because my love. These and these? Okay, how was that for you? Just realized I've got quite a lot of hair sticking out there. Disaster. This is good feedback, good feedback. I'll just give it a moment. So optimistic, Kathy, I love it. I think that, oh, it's all starting to crumble now. Good, good, mostly good. Better now that you've got music, good. Now, yeah, I think there are two things for me that I'm slightly thinking we might just want to focus on, because we haven't really done it for, well, we have, but we'll do it again. Top of page 5. I always feel as if we go, dun, 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 because the birthday of my life, and it's sort of like word vomit, and it's sort of thinking, yeah, I'll come back to some of these comments. I think we've got to think about what we're about to sing before we sorry, I'm so distracted, because we've got to think about what we're about to sing before we sing it. So when you've done your in leaves and silver don't go because the bird, you want to have quite a calm sort of breath. So as soon as this bit, as soon as you hear the piano going, you're actually going, because the bird, and the words are there. Think about the word. Actually, someone told me once that to breathe in the shape of the word that you're about to sing. So I'll come over and stand outside your window, Trisby, and do that. But we might come back to that. There's a valid point. Yeah, because, but get that, because the birth, before you start singing. Because the birthday, so that, and don't try and overwork the mouth at that point. Because the birthday of my life is come, because the birthday of my life is come. Sopranos also enjoy that. We always focus, I think I always focus on, but just enjoy that really big wide gap. Because the birthday of my life is come. Really, really support it so that it's coming from like there rather than anywhere else. Because the birthday of my life is come, the birthday of my life. And then once you've settled on that first one, life is come, that really helps. Birthday of my life is come. So that's fine. Now, what was the other thing I was going to say? At the end, I'll put your mind. Yeah, let's just have a bit of a chat. We'll do this also in Zoom. But what I think, so in terms of recording, don't worry. I know that we always perform without music, and I'm going to say something now that's probably very controversial. But I think we do this with music, okay? There is a lot of, if you set up your camera in the right way, there is a way for you to be sort of in the center of the screen. I've got my music here. There is a way for you to be singing. My heart is like a singing bird, my heart is like a ta-ta-ta. And for you to be doing this. I think that's absolutely fine. But only don't use it as a sort of, I'm going to read this now novel. It's just there as a prompt. So if you go, don't know what the next bit is, you can just glance down and be like, yeah. But the key thing about the video is we must be able to see as much of your face possible. So I think that's going to be better. Also, my connection hang on. My connection is unstable. I'm going to type this. Is unstable, so may cut out a bit. I've an unstable connection, but you all knew that. And that's probably, I think there is a lag always with the sound that comes out of the machine and maybe what I'm doing. There shouldn't really, because I can hear that and I'm sort of anticipating that, and that should be fine. But it's probably to do with my unstable connection, why there may be some out of syncness. But when you're doing your recording, you're not going to be recording to like a video of me. You're going to be listening to the track. I don't understand physics, Kathy. I had a really bad physics. Well, just a really annoying physics teacher. He didn't like anyone. He didn't like teaching. I don't know why he was in that job. So there was Anyway, yes, you're going to be listening to the track on which is on Dropbox. That was on the link that came through. So go back to that email. Don't explain. Go back to the email I sent last week. Click on the link to Dropbox, which most of you I think have already got, and then go into the rehearsal track that is yours for whatever part. That part will have your part. So, Chris, you mentioned about the accompaniment being quite relentless, but someone else had also mentioned it earlier and a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully with that track, you'll be able to hear your part really clearly over the top. So I'll keep you right. What was the other thing I was going to say? I think that was probably it. But it would be useful to go back and do the end of this. Okay. So it's mostly, I think it's the flats and the naturals and the ups and downs and all of that sort of stuff. Yes, all of the tracks are at the same speed. They're all done by a computer, not by me. So there should be no, as in I've done them, but I've done them on the computer, not like played them separately. So they will all be exactly the same. And that's why it sounds fairly robotic. What to wear? I've said casual, because I think that is slightly more. I think it's more engaging for people to see, and most of the virtual choir stuff that I've seen has been more informal. So I think, yeah, let's do that. Feel free to put a bit of pink on if you want. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go over the ending again. Feel free to write some things in and ask more questions. I will also answer questions in the Zoom thing later on, but I know some people can't access Zoom, so feel free to type away and I'll deal with them momentarily. Okay. Page 7. You all do the major version. Because my love is come to me, which I think is fine. Bottom of page 7, altos, you do the major version again. And it's your love is, which will be the hardest. Because my love is, that's gonna feel so wide because you will have heard. Okay, that's going to feel so far away from what you've been used to. So do watch out for that. Circle. I don't want you to develop complex about it, but what I would do is maybe circle it and put an arrow pointing up, just for the D's at that point. B's and C's, bottom of page 7. Because my love is come to me. That's going to be the hardest one because you're doing two things. You're doing because my love. That love is a sad love, maybe a bit like an unhappy face, like that one. And then come to me, optimism and high. come to me. Always going up, yes. Sopranos, you're sad the whole time. I thought this was a good idea when I wrote it, but I might be regretting it now. Top of page 8, last page, home time. Sopranos, you're major the whole way through, so it's happy smiley. And altos, you're sad this time because my love is come to me. Okay, get the idea? Sob on the sound, maybe not sob on the sound, but it's just slightly more depressing. B's and C's, you've got the hardest role because, you know, I think you're up to it. Because my love is come to me. Can we just try it? I think what I'd love to do is just have B's and C's sing. So if we go from top of page 7, my heart is louder than all of these. I mean, you could all sing. I don't really care. Yeah, no, let's all sing. Top of page 7, let's all sing. But we'll go from my heart is louder than all these, that the sopranos sing. But I'm going to play the B's and C's part just to make sure that you're all sort of doing what you're meant to be doing. So this is top of page 7. A's and D's, you might find this quite off-putting. My heart is gladder. 1, 2. My heart is gladder because my love is because my love is come to me. That was more off-putting because I was trying to do 2 things at once and didn't really work that well. Should we go back and we'll do it again? And I'll try and bring in. I'll just let you do it. My heart is gladder than all these. 1, 2. My heart is gladder. I mean, that was a bit of a disaster, but you know what I'm getting at, yeah? How B's and C's, how was top of page 6? Are you happy with that? Just going to say yes until you tell me different. Yeah, it sort of sings itself. No? Yeah? What we're going to do, we're going to go on to something else, and then we'll come back to it, and I'll answer any questions. Okay, great. Sounds great. I mean, thank you. I've been working all week. Isn't it romantic? Asking the wrong person. Isn't it romantic? Piano accompaniment tracks. Let's sing through and we'll see what happens. Oh, it is slow, isn't it? Isn't it romantic? Every note that song is smiles in the moonlight. Here we go, nice and big, deep breath. Ah, lovely. Great. Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to talk a bit more about the video and sort of all that sort of stuff. Any bits, issues, concerns, worries? I always, just to jump in, but feel free to type away, I always think page 4, going from, I mean, I've never heard you sing this, so who knows? The oldest magic word. So sopranos, oldest magic word. Ooh, just feels a bit odd. Ooh, it's such a juicy note. And I think when you've got a repeated note, but you're just doing an ooh or an ah or something, do just repeat it. Ooh, ooh, do that again. C, B's and C's, oldest magic word. Enjoy the fact that you're going up, okay? Moving shadows right, the oldest magic word. So I think you need to be, it's making sure that you sing love right. So this is B's and C's, top of page 5. On the second bar, your ooh, you've got ooh, ooh, love, isn't it romantic? I think once you've got that note, then you're fine. So let's just sing Isn't It Romantic like 3 times, just B's and C's. And isn't it romantic? again. Isn't it romantic? One more time. Isn't it romantic? Okay. So let's go from ooh, top of page 5, B's and C's. 3, go. It is going to clash with everything, but that's the joy of this sort of music. That's the joy of love. No, yeah. So B's and C's. I think that's that one. Altos, I think you're fine. Isn't it romantic? Because you're just going down one day, go back up again. Top of page 4, sopranos. You just want to think about it. So you're going back down to a note that you've sung. Behold this magic word. I think at that point, think not about the song, think about the note that you've just sung. So sort of come out of the sort of emotion of the whole thing. And you're just going, magic word. Ooh, da, ba, ba. Magic word. Ooh. Okay. So you've got oh, it's heart-wrenching. Let's do it. Let's go from moving shadows right, just sopranos. 3, go. Moving shadows right, behold this magic word. Something like that. What we'll do is we're going to go over the beginning of that with the backing track just to see if that's any better. Just really sing out. I'm struggling to hear you today. Oh gosh, it's slow. Oh, hang on, wait. Diane, sorry everyone. It's probably because we did it about 4 months, I don't know what month we're in now, 4 months ago, and never did it again, Dan. So let's just go over that. Altos, just the beginning. And then trying to get down to... Altos, can you just sing Music in the Night? So I'll just play it for you. So you've got music in the night, a stream that can be heard. It's just knowing that you're night, a dream that can be heard. Let's go from a dream and a dream that can be heard. Let's go from music in the night and music in the night, a dream that can be heard. Isn't it romantic? Moving shadows right, the oldest magic world. It's lovely writing, but it's hard because it's different. Moving shadows right, the oldest magic world. Can we just sing the oldest magic word? Altos. One more time. Altos, let's go from romantic, just the beginning, and then we'll go back and we'll do the whole thing again. Here we go. Isn't it romantic? Scary, it's like Halloween. Right, here we go. We're going from the beginning. Altos, I might give you a bit of a helping hand. I might. Listen to the romance. Lovely, 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 lovely. And so it goes on. Okay. Right. I'm going to ramble on for a minute about the video recording process because I think some people were finding some wanted to ask some questions. If you got some questions, ask me in the live chat. I'm also going to be doing the Zoom thing in like a bit, so you can ask me in person then. But this is just for the purposes of people who can't get onto the Zoom. So do tell me to stop if you're finding it dull or just leave. So hopefully you all received an email on the 14th of May. I'm just going to get up to see what time. No, 6 days ago, 14th of May at 13:37. And on it are various links that I would highly recommend you go and click on and all of that. The idea is that we are going to do My Heart is Like a Singing Bird as a virtual choir. What you need to do is basically listen to the track, your rehearsal track on Dropbox constantly until you feel as if you're quite happy to record. What you will, all of you, I guarantee, will go, nope, I sound awful, I'm not going to do it. And I will reassure you, hopefully, by saying that that is perfectly natural, because that is what everyone across the whole world is doing right now, including all the professionals. I've had a load of people who are friends of mine who are professional singers who have now had to do virtual choir things and record themselves online and have spent hours, days trying to do it and just going, this is horrendous, and you feel so exposed. But what you've got to remember is that no one's going to hear that track. The video that you send in to me, no one else is going to hear that. It's only going to be me, and I'll put it all together and I'm going to make it sound great, because you can put some reverb on and that sounds great. Yeah, if you're feeling sort of worried about it, just know that everyone else is going through the same sort of thing, and the whole idea of this is to sort of it's not to make you look bad. That's not something what we're trying to do. We don't want you to feel anxious or worried about it. Also, we're not forcing you to do it, but it'd be great if we had like the majority of the choir doing it. Sarah's asked, what backing track do you sing to? So in the link in the email I sent out last week, there's a link to Dropbox. So if you go to that link, in that link, there is a folder that says rehearsal tapes. If you go into rehearsal tapes, then click on whatever part you are. So there's a folder for A's, a folder for B's, a folder for C's, a folder for D's. There are also 2 extra folders, one that has full performance tracks, one of which we use today for singing along to, and then there's one that's piano accompaniment tracks. Ignore those 2, just go into the folder that has your if you're an A, B, C, or D. So I'm going to go into the B one, and in that, each folder is basically the same in terms of it has the same pieces. So if you go into that, you'll find the track basically for each piece that we're doing. We're not obviously going to do videos for all these, but if you go down to where it says "My Heart is Like a Singing Bird," what you can do is you hover over that. If you go to the end, if you go to the right-hand side of it, it'll pop up share or open, or there will definitely be 3 dots. If you hover over the dots, there are things there that you can do, like you can share, you can download. I think there are other things that I can do that you might not be able to do, but it's because I'm signed in and all that. But you will be able to download. So what you'll do is it'll download that track to your computer or whatever device you're accessing it on. You need to then remember where you've saved that, where that backing track's gone to, so that you can access it again. For me, I always try and make sure if I'm going to use it for something like this, I just go and save it on my desktop, so I know exactly where it is and it's very easily accessible. So do that, and then listen to that, sing along to it. And the other thing to do before you even sort of think, oh, I'm going to do my recording now, try and find a good place in the house to do it. When I did my first one, I had in my head thinking, oh, well, I know exactly where I'm going to do it, and I'll put my phone on this thing, and that'll be really easy. And then I did it, recorded myself, looked at the video, and because of the way the sun was shining through the window, it was sort of shining behind me, a bit like the door earlier. So my face was in shadow. And you couldn't actually see really my face. You could see like just a lot of brightness behind me and me in the dark. So the thing to do is to make sure that you're standing in front of something. Like I try and stand in front of, or just not stand in front of something, but just make sure that the light is coming from in front of you. So at the moment I've got a light that's here, and I've also got a light that's here, but no light coming from behind me. And if I was going to do something, I'd probably do it here, but I'd probably change it slightly and put loads of books down and put my laptop on books so that I could stand and move around freely. So what you'll want to do is figure out where you're going to do it, set it up. So in terms of setting up in the video or in the email, I'm sure some of you have fallen asleep, but actually we've still got 35 people, so that's amazing. In the email, I've sent you a link to a YouTube video where it's me talking about the Nottingham Playhouse's Big Distance Sing, where we're doing something similar. You should all do that, by the way, once when you get the bug. Not the virus, the bug. In that video, I talk about how to record. I'll repeat again, you need 2 devices, one that you can plug headphones into. This device you're going to have it can be a laptop, it can be a computer, it could be a phone, tablet, iPad, whatever. But you need to be able to play the backing track that you've downloaded to your computer on this device, and make sure that you can plug headphones in and listen to. I think some people have said that they didn't have headphones. If you don't have headphones, it means that we will be able to hear the backing track when you record yourself. We don't want to do that. We only want to pick up your voice, which means we can. So if that's the only thing you can do, I'd quite happily have you do the please do send in a video, because that means we've got your face and stuff, and we can try and do something in post-production to include your voice into the final mix. It's just really difficult, so please do not all do that. If you've got headphones, use them. So that's one device. You need to be able to play that off. Second device, it can be a similar device, but obviously it needs to be a separate device that you can record off. So for most of the videos that I've done, I've used my phone, either my phone or my laptop. I've used my phone. I just go into the video function on that and set it up in a way that my face isn't like too far away or too close, and that it's sort of in the center. It'll involve you being creative in terms of where to put that. I've known people using various sort of setups of just getting lots of books, stacking them up, and make sure that you can sort of put your phone or your laptop safely in position, because you want it to be sort of face on. You don't want it to, what you really don't want is this, because that just looks awful. I mean, or that, okay? So try and have it as like sort of facing you as much as possible. Use music, that's absolutely fine. I can say whatever I like now. Just use music, that's fine, but do remember that the camera's there. You don't, with the Playhouse Choir, someone was asking me about whether you had to look at the camera the whole time. You don't. I don't want people going like this and being like really sort of stalkery and I'm going to kill you in the middle of the night about my heart is like a singing bird, and you know. Yes, landscape. So exactly like this. Don't do it portrait. If it does a portrait, we'll have to cut stuff in post-production and it looks awful. So as much as possible, landscape that way. So make sure your phone is that way. Yeah, not that way. That way. Yeah, landscape. Long ways down the bottom. Oh yeah, so use your music and feel free to be a bit like this. Don't be like full on sideways on. You don't need to be like that. You can be like that, and do like acknowledge that the camera's there and sort of be friendly with your eyes, okay? A lot of people, not necessarily in this group, but a lot of people can be quite threatening just with the way that they look, okay? Great. Yeah, what was the other thing I was going to say? Yes, press record before you press play on the track. It's really, really useful for us to have like bits of you like not setting up. I don't want like a full hour of you going, oh, this is not right. But once you've set up, just go record and then get yourself ready and then press play. Okay, all of that is just really useful because it's really difficult if someone's just, what we really don't want is for you to press play and then press record, because we've then got to add you in later on. So don't do that. Press record first and then do that. Then sing, and then once you're finished singing, wait for the music to end, have a bit of a gap, and then press stop. And you can do that as many times as you like, but only send me one video. If you send me 1 million, I will delete them all and I will not include you in the video, okay? Yeah, so record yourself as many times as you like, pick the one that you think is good, and then send it to me and I'll put that all together. Yeah, and in the email that I sent, there was various bits and bobs of how you can send it to me. So a lot of people, I don't mind how you send it to me. It's a bit of a nightmare, but doing it over many sort of platforms, but I want this to be as easy for you as possible. So if you want to, you can, what can you do? You can WhatsApp me. I put my mobile number in the thing. Just send me a video via WhatsApp. It's really the video will be a big file size, so we won't be able to just attach it to an email. So do it via WhatsApp. Do it if you're friends with me on Facebook. Just send it to me via Messenger. You can also do it via Dropbox. So if you've got your own Dropbox account, drop that in there, send me the link to that, then I'll be able to download it. You can do the same thing with WeTransfer. I have used WeTransfer more recently, actually. It's really useful. So yeah, and they're all free. So you don't have to, I think with WeTransfer, you might need to put your name and email address in because it also sends you a link to the file. So that's that. Yeah, what I will say again, this will be really stressful and you will probably hate the whole process. But I would say that it is, it's not about you, it's about the audience. So, just go for it. So the deadline is the 31st of May. This is the 20th of May, which is my younger sister's birthday. So it's a week on Sunday. So if you can, we've got a session next week. But if you can send them to me as and when, don't all wait until Sunday and then just send them to me. If some of you want to do it now, because it'll all be fresh in your mind. There is also, if you go into you're all on the YouTube channel now. If you go click onto videos, you'll see me going through there's My Heart is Like a Singing Bird 1 of 2 and 2 of 2, which has had 69 views. Great number. Feel free to have a look at that and that might refresh it, but just keep it going around in your head. Listen to the track. I think the world is saturated by virtual choir videos, if I'm honest. I've followed lots of people on social media and stuff, and I see them coming up all the time. But it means such a lot to those who are really close to whatever organization or choir there is. And I know that this will just go down really well for all those people who aren't able to come to the summer concert and all of that, and who will have missed it. And I think it'd be a nice way to sort of end this era, if you will. I'm going to start the Zoom now. Oh, no, yeah, I will. Just a reminder that the summer concert is going to go ahead sort of virtually. It's all a bit... basically, I've got lots of ideas, and it's really exciting. So keep Saturday the 27th of June in your diary. We've got someone else watching us now. This is exciting. Keep that date in your diary, last Saturday in June. And basically what we're going to do is do a YouTube live, a bit like this. So you just, there'll be a link and you can watch this. And I will basically present a concert. I have got videos from previous concerts that will include, I've also got some surprises in there. But if you've got any ideas of things that may be good to sort of contribute, let me know. Great. I'm so tired of my own voice, so I'm going to stop. It's 1:45. I don't even have any carrot cake this week, so I don't know what I'm going to do when we get onto Zoom. Here endeth the rehearsal. I will start Zoom now. If you're there, please come and say hello. Join with computer audio. Oh, goodness me. You are using the computer audio. Farewell. Thank you all. Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Ciao. I'll just tidy up my workstation. Thank you all. You're very lovely people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Isn't it romantic? 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 Isn't it ro fresh air sounds very good. I might open a window actually. I'm trying to keep the heat out all day, keep my house cool, but you know.